Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Reborn from Legit, doing a legit run with Voltaic Spear. Today I'll be teaching how to do the Voltaic Spear farm run as a tank using the Assassin. So I pretty much just have any spear shield set for armor weapon, as well as the normal armor runes are just the Blessed Insignia times 5 and then Superior Vigor, and of course 16 Shadow Arts. I'll post the build I'm using below as well. So Pcons aren't needed here, but probably recommended for this run just because of the fact that you will lose health in the midst of running between big groups, and it's nice to have that extra energy and health just to have it. Another thing you're going to need for this run is the rank 5 Delver. Why? Because for this build in particular, you can perma dash, and even if you don't prefer perma dash build, you can run like Dark Escape. There's a lot of assassins also run that when they tank. So I have my mission map up here. I'll make it a little bit bigger. So pretty much the assassin is doing all the work for like 90% of the run. It's pretty much like almost half of the run itself is just running to the dungeon for this Voltaic spear farm. So I'm just wasting time talking while doing it. Be a little slow, but basically it's a straight shot. You can see as I follow here my mission map now, all the way to the portal for the dungeon run. It's usually around 2 minutes and 10 seconds to get there. If you pop a cupcake a little faster, and if you maintain your stance for running, it's a little faster as well. So another thing, key point for this, you guys, is for the build that I have posted, you're going to need at least a backup, an Essence of Celerity minimal for this, because I'm not running Deadly Paradox. Another key point I didn't mention earlier for the shield, I don't have I have a tactic shield currently. It doesn't matter, but if you wanted to run Paragon secondary, you can run a motivation require 9 command or motivation for Paragon shield. That way you get that extra 8 extra armor while you're running through, which is a benefit if you're trying to be like extra safe. But if you don't stop moving in the run, you'll see ahead, then you won't even have to worry about making it or not making it. The only big issue will be the disenchantment. So here, I'm going to stop for a second to show you guys. Crap, they're coming. So here, I'm using shadow form right before I go in, because this is the only area you got to worry about when you're running through to make it to the portal, is these storm wind riders, because they will kill you in seconds just because of the degen, the crippling that they use, and just the damage is pretty obsessive. So you got to maintain shadow form, at least making it through that area minimum for the run. So I typed /sage a little over 2 minutes to make it here, and that was me being casual slow. So that part's done as the assassin. Now you just pretty much wait for all 7 party members besides yourself to load in, and then you go ahead and load into the portal for the actual Voltaic spear farm area, which is called Slavers. Slavs. We're killing just the boss. Juice, this is the name, I can't even read it. Thomas. All right, so everybody's loaded in, so we're going to go ahead and go in the portal. So not everybody really runs a Celerity or even a full concept. Since this is a teach run, I'm going to go ahead and run everything. And let's go ahead and I'll pop all cons. If you want the extra bonus, go ahead and get the beacon. One other thing I did not mention at the beginning is you're going to need spiked eggnog for this run. I'll put that in the description too. So not spiked eggnog, it could be any alcohol, but spiked eggnog is what I use because you usually need a 2 or 3 minute drunk points for this part of it, just because of the Dorvern stability for anti-knockdown plus the feel no pain. Feel no pain's the big part of it though, is plus 300 health. You're going to need that for when you go through up here ahead. So basically, you see how I'm running now, guys. I'm pretty much running through the groups to make it here. This is where it becomes hard. It seems easy till then. See, I just had a disenchantment hit me. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Here's what you do. You got to be careful. I have to keep moving, otherwise I'll fail. All right, so basically, I'm going to show you all the safe point. This is the safe zone. You got to have dash to make it here, unless you are really fast with a cupcake, so you can break aggro. I don't think I popped pecans, no. So see how I ran to the corner? And I'm holding the corner right now, and everything ran back. And I didn't even have Pcons up and that happened. So this is your safe spot. In this area right here, you have to stand right on the corner in order for you to avoid the enemies here. Now, once you get good enough in the hang of the run, you don't even need to worry about the actual safe spot. So for the people that are learning, watching this video, I would recommend running straight through. We had one disenchantment back there that we have to look forward to, so we have to look for any others on the way. So make sure you're drunk, use your feel no pain to jump in. And then I am unstoppable for some extra armor and anti-KD. You can do this without being drunk, and you don't have to run feel no pain. All right, that's a shadow song, so you got to look out for any of the spirits as you're running through. So we're already pretty much almost 3/4. All right, you see this? See? Crap, I did not focus. All right, so there's a disenchantment there that I have to look out for. All right, I have to be very careful now. Sorry guys if I die. I'm talking too much. So basically, I got Rupted Shadow Form. That's another issue that happens that y'all have got to look out for. I popped a Summoning Stone for distraction, and luckily that was a monk, so but it doesn't help me anyway. So see how I made it through? This was kind of a harder run because there's dissies, but I'll go ahead and ping. I'll spam and ping. See, Spirit of Disenchantment. So that disenchantment, I almost died because of. Plus, they have Rupt skills, so you pretty much need to keep on moving and not talk like I am. I mean, I'm trying to describe the run and pull all the aggro here. If you're running Pcons like Cupcake, you got to walk backwards for the aggro to follow. So I got all the aggro following me. I didn't get everything. Let me go ahead and dash in one more time to pick up the rest. That should do it right there. That should be about everything. So I put Feel No Pain up. If you don't have Feel No Pain, you got to be careful because you can get wiped real fast when you lose that 300 health. And that's assuming you have rank 5 Delver. So now that I pulled the group, the goal is to pull everything, even the boss I just targeted. There's a few enemies that sometimes don't follow. This will be a little bit of a slow run, but a really fast run is usually 3 to 4 minutes in here. So, and yes, we will die sometimes as a tank here because you get rupted while you're sitting still. But as long as you brought the enemies to this corner, as I'm showing you guys now, and you just keep using all your skills, you pretty much won't die. Ensure that you keep your feel no pain up and be drunk if you want that extra health. Majority of that is for when you're running through. That extra health keeps you alive because there's a little bit of majority damage while you're running through the run. So that's really all it is for Voltaic Spear Form. Just the VSF tank is going to be for you. It takes practice. Every run's different. Some runs it'll be a breeze. You won't deal with any disenchantments and the aggro will be perfect. Other runs you're going to have 3 or 4 disenchantment spirits and you're going to struggle to make it through and you might even die and then everybody in the party will have to wipe in order to get res to respawn and pull more aggro. So now that we have the enemies here and you see most of them are dead. See how he's running back? This happens sometimes. Good thing that's a shadow song and not a actual disenchantment. So we shouldn't have as much of a struggle dealing with the aggro since those are shadow. But that could have been a disenchantment. It's all a gamble. Some runs you get dissy, some don't. So you see how this game is kind of glitched? He gets glitched back here in some runs. Usually what happens is there's aggro that's pretty much broken off from the party members across the other side of the gateway that hasn't been open. So that he glitches all the way back here. So one thing I've always done is I attack him with a, you gotta be careful here too, but I put on my daggers real quick and I attack him a few times. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It varies. See, it didn't work. So that means he's pretty much glitched in there and you got to tell the party members to move back. See, I told them to do it. I had to tell them to run back. Otherwise, they won't. He would see how he ran back now. See? So that showed that he was glitched on them. Crap. Yep, now he's on me. See, after you break aggro 100%, then he's on me. See, now he's on them. That way, you pretty much had to You'll see this when you do the tanking, that you'll notice some of the aggro doesn't break and some of it breaks and goes to the wall. That's because the party members behind you are like dirty aggro is what I call it. So, all right, now that you have everything dead, you just wait for them to finish off, and then you're going to be the tank to group up this. You get your chests, hoping for a Voltaic spear. I've only gotten 2, and I've done a couple hundred runs, which that's actually a pretty good chance because a lot of people have done hundreds and have never gotten one. So anyway, that's pretty much the gist of this. I'll leave in the description my build and every weapon that you'll need. Really, just a spear and shield works. Also, I'll leave in the description the runes you need as well as like any gear options you need and Pcon consumables. So, and you're able to do this with a deadly paradox and not a backup, like no Conset if you want to be cheap about it, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're a new person, especially practice and invest the money to get better. So I'm being a bad tank right now. I'm not pulling any aggro. Everything's trying to kill them right now. So I'm just telling them to go get the chest. So basically that's the run. That's it. So it's 7 minutes. It's a lot slower. I mean, it could have been 3 minutes faster if you have a perfect speed run there. So think about 2 to 3 minutes running there. And then you think about 3 to 4 minutes to get the chest. And then you have to resign. You can't rezone. So that's a total of 7 to 9 minutes, even 10 minutes for a run, even. So that's a little slow, but it still works. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I had to get some water. Be sure to subscribe. I'll be posting more teaching builds and runs for different dungeons and speed clears. If y'all want to join legit, get with me, Reborn, or the Reborn Monk, or somebody in Camanon, you'll find us. Appreciate y'all watching, and I hope y'all learned. If y'all have any questions, feel free to comment, and I'll feel free to help y'all wherever I can. Thanks, guys.